Welcome to Shattered Ships, brought to you by Fandom Encounters. This is your DM Matt, guiding you on your pirate adventure through the seas of Corsair. Join our party, the Human Fey Wanderer Ranger Tesha Gwyn, played by Bobby, the Sea Elf Pirate Kensei Monk Trigger, played by Seth, and the Owlin Swords Bard, played by Alan, as they do their best to navigate this new world and find their place in it. In Corsair, where piracy is freedom, and freedom is dangerous. Zoom, where we left off with our gathered crew. Last time we played, you all met the purveyor of the Golden Hammer, Scorch, the blacksmith. They were able to sort of upgrade some equipment as a big favor of helping this entire town. Forge maybe some rivalry, but somewhat still supportive in the context of a blacksmith of the Arbor Forge and a blacksmith of the Lava Smelt, as well as finding a kindred spirit in a pirate. Moving on from there, we found ourselves cashing in our second favor from Stila Benz at the Lucky Card. This overgrown tree stump growing in the middle of this otherwise mundane area of town. Stepping inside, you're sort of swallowed by darkness, lulled into the center by this one glowing crystal. Remarking to yourselves about the oddities of this establishment, a still and unhurried voice permeated around you all as this figure, probably 7 feet tall. So their party overall is generally on the shorter side, but even amongst many of your peers that you've met recently, Doubt is probably one of the taller ones. She has these antlers kind of growing out of one side of her head. There's some lighter speckling that kind of catches the glow of this crystal a little stronger with this alopecia, light, less pigmented areas of her skin, while donned in clothes made out of these large brown leaves and bark, all looking on almost like worse for wear, but still very well constructed. It's like the clothes are almost like the reflection of the house that she lives in.
So, you've been sent by Stila Benz. Of that, I can sense. There is something different about this group of curse breakers. I have an issue that perhaps you three can manage with me. I work in the field of luck, manipulating it, reading it, and casting it. As of late, my cards have come up unluckier more often than not. So, I could use the help of a brave few to navigate the magic within this stump, as my eyes, my ears, my fingers, while I control things from here. If all goes to plan, this should be wrapped up in an hour.
You're done? Sorry, you talk so slow. I wasn't sure when you were actually going to be over.
Yes.
Cool. Hi. Do you know who we are? I mean, you said we're. Do we have to introduce ourselves?
I mean, we're coming into the house.
Welcome to the Lucky Card. As a purveyor of this establishment, I'd like to make myself known. Doubt, the Dryad. Some
No
call
doubt.
me the lone Dryad in these parts, anyway.
Doubt.
As a point of order, Trigger, I have been able to sense you, but if you would feel more comfortable going about the normal routine.
No, that's awesome. No, dude, Do them.
I believe.
And Doubt kind of straightens up and like just tilts her head slightly, and like they're like yellow eyes are just almost like just chlorophyll like filled, almost like there's like a liquid sheen to them as she kind of looks at you, Kachi.
Kachi Hootsie. Oh,
my God.
Morales, if I'm not mistaken. There's a bit of pollen still ingrained in that sweater you wear. No doubt a gift from family, I would presume. A sword. Is it a hand-me-down, or was it crafted for you?
Yeah, there's a hand-me-down.
From a brother. Someone larger than you, for sure. Seems a bit long. Hope it suits you well.
Thank you. You're good. You're good.
Now, you...
If you don't do me, can we just accept the quest and start moving?
Yes, I was simply saying that you are difficult to read, which leads me to presume you've spent some time in the Feywild. Of that, perhaps is all I can glean from the face you wear currently.
Well, speaking of looking towards rewards, what are we thinking is going to happen if we can assist you restoring your luck? And therefore restoring the luck of others, if that helps the readings, assuming everything's true.
No, that tracks.
I have a significant pool, a wooden basin that was very important to a group of dryads I once lived amongst. I disagreed with the way they used it, and so I took it. Peering inside can help not answer a question, but help determine a direction, I suppose. It's dangerous to use, so I don't use it often, but with luck restored, it could become safer to utilize. Beyond that, as a token of thanks, of appreciation for Steela's recommendation, my ability to sway luck can be channeled into an item, a token of sorts. And it's something that, provided nothing happens to me, something that could be used moving forward for someone I consider a friend.
Are you done again?
Yes, Trigger, that is very patient of you.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm getting better at listening. Yeah, I'm totally for it. I could be lucky. Kachi needs to get lucky. Oh wait, that means something else in the ships. Yeah, whatever.
Dabbs raises an eyebrow. What?
Whoever you want to get lucky with, I don't. It doesn't matter.
All right, Trigger, you gotta know. We're gonna calm it down.
Okay,
I can do a relationship reading if it's something you're interested in, Kachi. Separate from this, of course. On the house, I suppose.
I mean, thank you, but no, that's really not necessary. I'm good for right now. But
I want a reading. Like when you're lucky again.
I was just going to say, Trigger, for something silly, it's best to wait until things are working. Otherwise, the silly can become morbid quickly.
Coral. Yeah. What do we do?
If you three would like to join me at my table, we can begin.
And she kind of moves past you, and these like long, like almost like there's like an extra joint in her fingers as she kind of like curls her fingers in, and like 3 stools like grow out of the wooden floor, or I guess 4 with her.
I'll sign up to Gwen. Do we trust this? Is this? I mean, they know Steela, so I guess it's like not bad, but
Someone who's so strong-willed about their own morals about how an object is used is an
Mhm.
easy person to read. So I don't know if this is a dangerous person. They might just have a strange view of things. So I would say let's keep. I hate this, but I'm not against it at the same time. I'm
Alright.
kind of intrigued. I would like to. I feel like I've been around a lot of divination magic at home.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would like to try to see if I can see any similar arcane sigils or like if there's anything that looks familiar. I'm curious if this is arcane in nature, I guess is where I'm going with this, or is this seems like druid nature magic?
Go ahead.
But
and
I
give
want to see
me-
if there's a tie in that.
Yeah, give me an let's say Arcana or a history check, because you do have experience with this sort of thing.
Yeah. Wondering if this is like a good place to get like hiding from scrying stuff and if she would know about that. Ooh, 7.
She mentioned that she has some sort of like she doesn't necessarily attune with the Feywild very well, so some of the experiences that you have with similar magics don't necessarily correlate exactly with maybe what she's doing. So it's hard to get really a read on how she's fueling this.
We'll continue to float along. Follow.
As Doubt kind of sits down and like kind of gestures as you each sit, kind of take your seats. She breathes in and like extends a hand to either side to whoever is sitting on her sides, as if like implying that a connection needs to be made, reaching out.
I'll sit like to her right, like if I have to like fly around.
I feel like I'm the person who's not touching her.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's what I figured was gonna happen. So I'm like,
Yeah, I'll be on her left,
Excellent.
but I also don't like holding hands. Let it be known. Okay.
Of course. Would you be more comfortable with a forearm or a tendril of sorts?
No, it's just like touch in general. Just kind of, I don't know. It's not really my thing. Which is crazy because I've like bitten people for like murder.
I feel like I hold your finger like a baby.
Nice. A ginger touch then, and she kind of like swivels and offers kind of the same idea, almost like you're holding like a tool in your hand. There's like not a lot of warmth to it. And as like you guys make these connections, like boom, 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 almost like a glow kind of comes from the different connections, floating and kind of into the center of this crystal.
So, the journey begins on the surface as we walk through various forms of luck. I will try my best to navigate it and influence it, but while we are connected, so too can you three wield luck as your own as well. It can be finicky, treat it well, and hope that it doesn't bite you in the end.
So for the purposes of these interactions, for the next few challenges that are presented to you, at any point, if you would like to sway luck in your favor, you can roll with advantage. You can make someone roll with disadvantage. All you do is have to proclaim that you're tapping into this luck. You can do it for every roll if you'd like. But the more you do it, there may be heavier consequences.
Okay.
noted.
Okay.
For our first...
But no re-rolling after, right?
Oh, no. You can re-roll after as well.
Okay.
So if I'm making it loose, like the loose interpretation of a luck point. That sucked. I want to use the luck point to re-roll it.
Okay.
So with that, for our first roll that won't be affected by this luck, I need a D4. Let's say the person who's on her left, trigger.
Yeah. That's a 1.
That is a 1 indeed. Let's see where that puts us. Okay, so these glowing hands kind of fly out from all of you, illuminating this area. Both of Doubt's hands are in, you are all connected in this, but in a hand of cards that has been flipped out in front of her. The first begins to flip all on its own. The card closest to Trigger turns, seemingly of its own accord, turns over.
Oh shit!
The card being the Hanged Man, as like the blackness that's on the outside of the room pulls in before pulling all the way back out, and you are no longer in the safe stump of Doubt the Dryad, nor do you see Doubt the Dryad around you at all. What you do see around you is a cliffside. You are kind of on the span of a cliff, like a old but still very sturdy log is kind of spanning from one cliff to the next as like a makeshift bridge of sorts. Even from like where you are, you can with the, like just like the feeling that you get, the sensation, without really being able to see down what is below this log, you get the sense that it does go down for quite a ways. As you kind of look in this direction, you find that Doubt is not here by any means, but that does not mean that you are alone in this location of sorts. Staring down at you, seemingly waiting with a very looming patience, is a hooded figure. Not one that you like you've seen Veritas, these like blue hooded individuals. Someone who seems to be a little more deliberate in their standing. Does not have the like making up for their weakness in the same way that Cavalier had with his garishness. And the hood that is kind of shrouded around them is this like ornate green shroud as they stand and stare at the three of you.
Are they on our side of the cliff, or are they on the opposite cliff?
They are on the opposite side of the cliff.
And roughly how far of a distance would you say it is?
I can show you.
You.
So here we have our cliff. The log kind of spanning this whole cliffside is about 55, 60-ish feet across, depending on kind of where you're hopping on this log. The figure is kind of standing at the end of the log on their side, as if not physically like in an opposing fashion blocking anyone from across, but if someone were to try to get across, they would run into this figure. Can you guys do me a favor and roll initiative?
Oh my gosh. And then it's like the Hanged Man. So does it matter, or are we falling off a cliff? If we
You guys want me to shoot that guy?
Okay, we're gonna ask questions first. Trigger.
Would you like me to kill that man for you?
Start a blasting.
What initiatives do we got?
16.
Probably for the oh yeah. I was gonna say probably for the best. I am low at 8.
8.
8, and I guarantee I'm more dex than. Well,
4.
I'm also +4. Look at that.
Wow.
Nice.
Well,
What are
we
the
can.
scores?
Yeah. What do you want?
18. I would rather go second, to be honest. I feel like
Okay.
I'm going on.
Yeah, that works.
I defer to
Yeah,
you.
I'm thinking about this too much, like me as Bobby, but also therefore me as am I supposed to jump off the cliff because it's the Hanged Man and it's about letting go?
Is that what it's about?
Hanged Man, putting yourself in bad situations to see things in a different way.
Going first, the figure strides forward just a few steps, standing on the edge, just standing on this log still. Whoever would like to, give me a perception check to get a sense of what they're doing at the moment.
23.
9.
12.
Gwyn, because like almost like you're taking a step back to give Trigger kind of the freedom to move, giving you a chance to sort of assess the situation a little stronger. You see that they have a hand on what looks to be a hilt on their belt. Their physicality giving this air of casualness, this aloofness, but they appear to be ready for something.
Their hands on their hilt?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna yell out, like, he's a duelist! I don't...
Well, why do you know that? They're shrouded in mystery.
Indeed.
Yeah, don't assume their gender, but also that if somebody's a duelist, I don't know what's worse.
A fencer, maybe? Pulls out a long sword, and then it's
A
not.
fencer, I don't even know her.
Kachi, that was good.
Hey, I'm coming up on top.
But that is Kachi's turn.
Oh, God. Okay.
Kachi,
Yo.
ask if they're a duelist.
Yeah, I'm going to fly.
Time!
Yeah.
It's the heart of the cards. My name's Joey now.
Joey Wheeler.
Joey Wheeler.
That's strange. My name is Seto Kaiba.
I'm going to fly 10 feet in the air and 20 feet forward. And can I? Oh, there we go. 10, 15. Yeah, I'll go like there, and I'll just put in here 20. See, like I'm 20 or 10 feet up. Yeah, are you a duelist? Like, what's going on? Is this part of this a test?
As you
we gotta get across.
As you peer at this figure, you see their face completely shrouded in shadow by the size of this cloak. It's almost even hard to get a sense of like what their body looks like. There's just like layers and layers as it's all kind of built up. But you do see like the hands kind of coming from these layers, almost like the hilt is kind of like on their belt, but like wrapped behind them. And from
Are we in a Kingdom Hearts character? What's happening?
and you hear like a soft, like almost like you pitch this and like what is going on, and you get like almost like this soft purr in return, just
Approach, and you will find out.
Oh my God.
as sort of this like almost like this like almost like a whisper. And you're hearing like the notes of like it seems like a feminine voice, like controlled, but not like almost like in the same way, like
I am not giving enough away any more than I need to.
We're fighting Puss in Boots. This is awesome.
This strut?
Get out of my swamp.
I think 20. All right, gang. I'll know what's going on, but wait. Back me up, gang. I'll take a bonus action dash. No. I'll take my action dash because I do not have bonus action yet because I can't do an action really. But I'm just gonna go 5, 10, 20. I'm just gonna close in. I'll still fly like 10 feet up, so I'm just like 10 feet in the air, and just like
nice.
Stadium.
Yeah.
They're baiting each other out.
Has Kachi drawn his sword yet?
No.
Like two gunslingers facing down. Neither opponent makes the first move. That brings us to Trigger.
Wait. Bobby, did you say you wanted to go second in total order or second to me?
I was potentially waiting. I think I might know who this is. I don't know if that means anything, but
Okay.
I mean, you could like say that, and then even if you wanted to go third, you just be like,
Yeah.
I have the answers.
Yeah, I can shoot,
yeah.
but it's that bad.
I was gonna shoot too, so
Oh, you like know the person and you still want to shoot? Oh man, yeah. So it's like an X?
No.
Do you have any X's?
What do you guys?
um, can I have advantage on this? Are we in the thing? Is this the challenge? I would like advantage. I want advantage on this.
All right. Yeah. Gwen takes advantage for themselves on a roll. What are you hoping to do?
I would specifically like to try to shoot like a frost arrow at the hood to knock the hood off.
Very good.
Because if this tabaxi cat doesn't wear a headband of intellect, I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I'll say with this specific circumstance and the guidelines that you're putting out, if you are to hit the armor class, if you want to forsake damage, you can knock this hood off.
Yes, I would. I rolled a 17 plus 8, so 25.
What would have been smart was writing down the armor class. Hold on.
It's a mystery.
Jot that down. But you do indeed hit. I wasn't intending on that. So let me scroll to find a different token. So you fire, and your arrow strikes true, pulling like this green hood back. But probably surprising to Gwyn, you don't see a tabaxi wearing a headband of intellect. You see a fairly unassuming figure. Like the hood kind of pulls back, and she kind of tilts her head back, and like these huge ears kind of pop out of this very serval-like figure. You can see from like the neck that you have exposed from the hood, a fairly slight, presumably very agile figure. As she like leans, like as like the hood has been pulled back, and kind of just stares back at you, Gwyn, with like, it probably gives you a look of some sort, but on like the surface level, you can't quite tell what it is.
Yeah. And I'll say, "Are you Strut?" And then I'll take 2 steps forward. Dramatically. Like, I'll be like with the bow, like I can yeah. And then like I'll be like, declare yourself. Is your name Strut?
Is that into your bow? Excuse me.
Hey, can you respond? Respond to the arrow, please. You kind of posit this challenge to them, and she just kind of like sneers a bit. And Kachi, you're a little bit closer. You see, like as she sneers, there's like streaks in the fur from where there's been like scars from battles and things. Seems like a very experienced fighter.
Revealing what I look like, and goading me into revealing who I am, are 2 very different things. Archer, I care little for your style of combat. Let's say, walk off the cliff, and your little bird will be spared.
Whoa.
Are you challenging the little bird to a duel?
I am promising a consequence that is imminent.
I don't think this is a duelist. She kind of sounds like an asshole.
I'm going to take a step backwards in defiance against. I'm not going to just step off a cliff.
I would
What a
swill my
challenge
head.
about surviving. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want you to step off the cliff, but I don't know if I appreciate your confidence in me right now. I keep dying.
I fully believe in you, Captain.
It's a thumbs up.
As there's like the Street Fighter standoff. The Tabaxi looks at you, Kachi, and kind of like tilts her head to the side, like a predator assessing their prey. Give me a deception check.
All right.
Oh my god. That's
I'm not going to use a luck point on that. That's a 12.
Tell me. You may earn mercy if I like your answer. Do you know the Boken?
The Boken?
Hoboken?
Hoboken? Yeah, he's from New York. He's from
It's right down the
Morales.
street.
Didn't think of that connection.
Do you
Can I
know
do
the,
it?
Do you know the Boken?
The Boken. Can I do a history check on this?
Oh, yeah, sure. Give me a history check.
Rattling my brains again. Ooh, okay. That's a 22.
Yes, you're so smart.
22. Oh, I would say, in almost the same vein as like playing like if like kids are pretending like, oh, let's play like superheroes. I'm gonna be Captain America. I'm gonna be Superman. I'm gonna be Batman. It was almost probably like if you were playing games around Morales, it may have been almost like an archetype. Like, I want to be this. I want to be this. Like, I want to be Nico Stiletto. I want to pretend to be Oates Galloway. Like these like legendary figures in that same vein.
I mean, I know of the Boken. It's like a generic term. What of it?
If you survive, give them my best.
And in a flash, this figure is on you, having sussed you out, assessed you, and found your weaknesses. That is a...
You're so high up in the air.
How could they get me? I thought I planned for this.
Oh, damn. I spoke a big game, but they may have missed. Does a 14 hit Kachi?
It does not hit now.
Oh,
It's my
God.
new
Oh,
For the first time ever, Gotcha has not been hit.
Whoa, let's get out of there.
You you pull you get your Arbor Forge out just in time, and as you as this swing comes in, you block it. So I'll give you this. There, like her sword, like as she draws it and swings it, it like extends out, not in like segments like Ivy or Lyra from the previous campaign, but like unfurling like a ribbon as like almost like this flexible sword like wraps around your sword for a moment.
So we're talking like love, the love Hashira from Demon Slayer. No one? No. Okay,
But
never mind. Can you keep going? We're
My
gonna.
guess is likely.
No,
It
maybe.
does feel very anime.
Swing and a miss.
But they're going to make... Holy shit, that's a natural 1. They're going to use a luck point.
I'm going to use a luck point to stop their luck point.
Okay, I'll roll this as disadvantage. Another luck point. That one is... with disadvantage, that's a 17.
Okay, that'll hit.
I didn't intend on using 2 luck points already, but I missed
But
both.
because it was at disadvantage, they don't get sneak attack?
This is very true. So,
Oh my God.
unable to kind of get from this, with having seen your weakness with insightful fighting, they do like manage to like snap the sword kind of back and then like bend backwards and snap it around kind of at your feet. Now that you've like shown your hand with this Arbor Forge blade, go ahead and give me a dexterity. I think it's a saving throw.
Okay. Nice. 17. Does that save?
Does not save.
Okay. I'm gonna use a luck point. Oh god.
For it.
Oh my god.
Right.
Come on.
What could happen?
The fabric of reality could be stripped.
No, unfortunately that was a 16. I got one less.
It does not save. So as this ribbon sword slashes across like your forearms where you're holding on to your sword, Kachi,
Shit.
you take 16. Actually, I rolled the wrong dice. You take. It's better in your favor. I ended up rolling lower on it anyway. 8. You take 15 slashing damage. But you feel your Arbor Forge sword ripped out of your hands with a disarming attack.
Hey. Is it still in their like ribbon, or is it like falling?
It is like on the log between the two,
Okay.
like ting, like stuck in the log. I'm gonna do a little luck check of my own for this sword. If I roll low, it's within your reach, and if I roll above a 15, she's managed to sling it behind her.
Okay.
We'll do it on the board. Why not?
Didn't you just get an upgrade to the sword?
No, this is my Arbor Forge. I just got the Lava Smelt Dagger, which is a good one.
The Arbor Forge thuds into the wood 10 feet behind this duelist. The Boken
That's okay.
would not have dropped their sword.
I want to do another luck check just to see if
Matt, did I get to go?
No. You did not. In my initiative, I wrote Gwyn after you.
I'm sorry. No, you're good.
I honestly thought this was a
Yeah.
legendary action or something.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second, this is
Legendary action.
Presumably, they were holding their reaction because they ended up going first. They were holding their reaction as well. So we'll cut it a loss there. Go ahead. Well, Trigger, what's Trigger's instinct here?
Well, my goal was so she like leapt up in the air to swipe at him.
She doesn't have to. She has reach with this weapon.
Yeah.
So she closed enough that.
Okay. This is gonna sound silly because I've only ever shot this gun one time, but it had a nice little kickback to it, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna bonus action Step of the Wind. I'm gonna run up this way. I'm I don't know if this is possible. I want to leap off the thing. I want to shoot my gun midair, and I want it to propel me to the other side of the log.
Brother's ability, like
Because I mean, my jump is extended anyways. I just kind of want to do a little acrobatic little spin in the air and go pew, and just boomerang myself over to the other side.
like we needed you to get a jetpack.
So
you can rule on whether that is a feasible possibility in this realm of luck.
I would say it would be more realistic to use this impact to jump over her,
Great, I'm fine with that as well.
out and around her.
That's yeah. I get my high jump is also doubled.
Oh, great. So what is your high jump? It's like your
Yeah.
strength.
So it's 10 feet plus move 10 feet and jump a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. But like, I don't. Does that just sound like? Is that 4 feet? Is that what that is?
Because your
3
high
plus
jump is
1.
It's doubled,
Also
so it's 8 feet.
So 8. Yeah. So I just want to do a nice little 8-foot little.
You don't
and
even
go.
leave her reach. You just
I don't leave her reach. I just want to be on the other side of her, and she can attack me.
Incredible. You step of the wind, run, jump, staying within her reach. I'm hearing.
Yeah.
When you enter her reach with this special sword she has, she is going to make a reaction I use a reaction to swing at Trigger.
Even if I'm not leaving her reach? That's a nice little special reaction.
You are entering her reach.
Okay.
There may be a polearm master feat in this somewhere.
Oh, how fun and fascinating.
That is a 26 to hit Trigger.
I don't know. Luck, I guess.
Right? That's what it feels like you're supposed to do. We're not.
Well, either that or like I don't know. Like we've broken the concept of what luck is, and nothing matters.
Disadvantage. It's an 18 to hit.
Let me just see real quick.
Even more luck.
You know what?
All the luck.
You know what?
Reality in the first vision or whatever.
You know what? My AC goes up if I actually make a little attack. And so I kind of want to do that. Agile parry. If you make an unarmed strike on attack on your turn, you're holding a Kensai weapon, you gain a +2 your bonus to your AC. Yeah. So just as I go, I just want to do a little bop bop on her head.
Like use her as a springboard. That's what happened.
Yeah, just a little boom.
Nice. I'll say because you're deciding it after the fact. If you hit, I'll let it work. But if you miss, you still get struck with a sword.
Great stuff. You're right. I'm over here manipulating every roll. That is a 16, 60 plus unarmed. 22.
That will hit.
I just want
to first of all, with a +2 to your AC, does she miss?
She does miss.
Excellent. Whips this ribbon around. Then go ahead and resolve your damage if you hit her.
Mm-hmm. That's just 6 points of damage.
Nice.
Just to the little noggin there. Yeah. So I'm right there next to the sword, I guess.
Yeah, you land basically right on Kachi's sword.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just like wong 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 wong. Kachi,
Hey,
do you want this back?
just like stay there. I'll be there presently.
Okay. And I just keep it there.
Nice. That brings us technically back to what was her turn that I skipped Trigger on. So to help save face, she's going to action surge. And she's going to swing at Trigger this time.
Do we think this is real? Do we think if we die,
It was a 22 to hit Trigger.
Yeah, it hits.
Very nice. And then Trigger, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay. I'm good at this.
the gun?
Um,
I'm the worst. I'm so sorry. And the audience at home.
well, it's not as high as I'd like. That's a 10.
Oof, that is.
But
Oh.
no, I don't want to. Oh, god damn it! I will just let it happen.
Nice. This one is going to be a pushing attack. So as she is go, actually, I'd say she's doing it at a weird angle. I'll give you advantage for free. No luck check.
That's a dirty 20.
You do save on that one. As she was using her polearm to push you to the side, trying to knock you off of this log, you manage to keep a hold of Kachi's sword as you get hit with her blade. So you do take 16 slashing damage from this attack, but you did not get knocked off of the log. Then she's going to use her second attack to go for Kachi.
Of course she is.
That is a 23 to hit.
These hungry barbs.
Oh,
Nice, Silvery Barb. So she'll roll with advantage. You have advantage to give to somebody. That's still going to hit, but you did get spared from a critical hit.
Oh, thank God. I'll give it to Gwen.
Nice. You give this advantage to Gwyn. Oh, but Silvery Barb's again with disadvantage. She can't add her sneak attack, so that's helpful as well. Give me a Wisdom saving throw.
Fucking hell. Yo, we've spoken fucking piece of shit. Wisdom 19.
You as this sword like slashes into your wings, you almost like you're looking into the eyes of this duelist, thinking that there's no way that you could possibly resist her, but you manage to overcome the effects of this menacing attack. But you do take 13 slashing damage from that hit.
Matt, why you gotta do this to me? Kashi's down.
Whoa.
Kachi, I need a luck check from you. 10 or above, you land on the log. Anything else, the impact has knocked you asunder.
Asunder. Yikes. 16.
Kachi has dropped
Oh my God.
onto the log. That brings us to Kachi's turn. Kachi, laying on this log, you hear a voice in your head as you stay here.
Finally, I've gotten a glimpse into what you're seeing. I'm glad I could have helped thus far.
And you feel like these glowing motes of light surrounding you, kind of on like almost like it's like almost like this liminal space where like you can see the reflections of yourself in the water below you, and you see these like 4 glowing motes of light that feel like encouraging. There's a sense of like hope you get from looking at them. You recognize Doubt's power, this connection that you all 4 shared back in her room.
I do not know the details of what you are facing, but it is, at this moment, it is not real. It is something that could happen. It's something that that fate could have for you. But rest assured, Kachi, this you are safe in my stump. This is a challenge before you, but not, at least not yet, a deadly one. There is little I can do, but there may be something that you are able to do.
Instead of rolling a death save, because you are not dying, you have an action available to you, Kachi. If you would like to use a spell to heal yourself, it will work. You will come back to life, no one the wiser. Or if you would like to use one of these motes of light that are in here, you can make an attempt to struggle back to your feet without using a spell slot. There's a chance it'll fail, but it's not going to kill you.
Yeah, I'll use a mode of light.
Great. Give me a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Okay. This is a straight roll because I don't have a con modifier. It's a 14 on the die.
14 on the die. Kachi, having succeeded, it works. You do, your eyes kind of open back into this space. As you kind of snap back into it, you're starting to see almost the edges of this vision. You see like the area down below you. It almost looks, it doesn't look as dimensional as it should be. You're looking down, maybe this is like a painting of the ground. It's not, this doesn't speak to like a deadly fall to some extent. You're looking back at Gwyn, and you're looking like where you all started. There's just nothing behind you. For some reason, you just didn't have the thought to look behind you, but there's nothing there. But as you look on the other side of this cavern, you see this duelist. You see Trigger holding on to your sword, that perhaps it having helped save Trigger. And you see beyond, on the other side of this cliff, you can see hidden in this gnarled like roots growing on like into this other side, a mode of light that is blinking, having been nearly extinguished, but one that seems familiar. But as you succeeded just enough, you do wake up at the end of your turn, and that takes us to Gwyn.
We're gonna see Kachi go down and be like, Kachi! And run forward all this way. Does she or the duelist attack me as I run up to?
I'm gonna say she doesn't have her reaction right now because there was weirdness with like I had skipped Trigger, so I'll give the benefit of the doubt. She used her reaction like on her turn, like as soon as she got it back, she used it, so she won't have it for this round.
All right.
You can see that she wants to.
If she did, I would try to push her off the cliff. But I will put a healing potion in Kachi's mouth.
Nice. As you go to pour it into Kachi's mouth, you see his eyes open.
Do you want this?
No, it's okay. Keep it. This ain't real.
What? That's like the worst thing you could say. What?
It's all a game.
I hold on to the log. Like, can I
Gwyn
look
throws
around? Can I look off the cliff? Can I try to do the like? Can I try to like reach around the log? Is that tangible, or is it?
Oh yeah,
like,
give me
a chalk painting.
Give me a perception. Give me a perception or a survival check.
Okay. Let's see.
You did that thing where like you misjudge how low something is, and you just like scrape your fingernails
Oh,
on the ground.
Or it's the skip step.
The
You
skip
don't
step.
expect. Yeah. You don't
Yeah.
expect them to be there.
25 for
nice.
survival.
You reach like your fingers around, like it feels real to you. You like reach your hands around, like you can feel almost like the moist underside of this log. It's like about probably your arm span around. You feel like, okay, the part that's in shadow is like cool and maybe a little damp to the touch. You're not really sure what Kachi is saying, but as you look down and you kind of start to pick up on like, oh, that's like the trees below us aren't moving in the wind. They're stationary. And you're noticing that these kind of things are there's some oddities here. And with that perception check, you do also see this mote of light across the river. Or across the canyon.
That doesn't mean. I mean, that's something, but I don't mean a lot to me. I'm just gonna shoot the duelist. I'm just gonna shoot at the duelist and try to get her attention because Kachi sounds like he's crazy. I don't feel like I know what's going on, so I will be more of a distraction and try to gain some of their fire my
Nice.
way. That's a 21 to hit.
That does hit.
And then this is like the ice thing, right? So it just deals ice damage now
Yeah.
instead. Right. And then so that is 4 psychic damage. And
Ooh,
then
nice.
it's for 7 ice cold damage.
Cool. So I missed the first number. 11 in total?
Yes.
Great. Cool.
And that is
Nice. You fire at this from all like not quite point blank, but just like still like in range of this ribbon sword, but still within like kind of your ability to arch. Let's say, Trigger. That is you.
Yeah. Oh shit. I'm I am. I see him go down. I have the sword. Let me do my own little check for me.
But see, could I yell when I see Trigger like there holding on, be like, go to the mode of light. They're behind you.
Yeah, I'd say you can do that as you come back from kind of like your vision.
Okay.
And I'll give Trigger advantage on looking for it because he technically hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Okay. I just rolled a perception and it was a 23.
23 is enough to see this mode of light. So Kachi gives you the heads up that like, oh, there's this thing over there. And probably being a small individual used to being kind of put places you didn't want to be, there's this kind of like mode of light that seems to be trapped by some sort of gnarled overgrowth.
Okay. Where roughly would you say it's on the map?
It is in this green patch right here. So basically, like the opposite side of where you all started.
Okay. Bonus action, Step of the Wind
Nice.
to disengage.
Ooh, excellent.
And I will then.
Trigger big brain time.
Yeah, your boy hasn't really been hit a lot during this campaign, and that didn't feel good.
Yeah.
So I have just enough movement to get here. So then whatever my action is here. Okay. Do I touch this thing or what? It's all a game. It's all a game. None of it's real. I'm gonna reach my hands in and try to like touch the light.
Yeah, you reach in and touch this light. You like almost like feel almost like a comfortable heat kind of coming from it as your hands kind of get closer and closer to this. As you do, your hands getting closer and closer. The brambles kind of blocking you from this. You kind of like just instinctively kind of have this dilemma in your head. Maybe there's a little bit of like Doubt's voice kind of creeping at the edges of like your peripheral hearing. Are you going to try to break it out, or like will it to be strong enough to break itself out?
So emotionally, I'm getting what feeling from it?
This mode of light also wants to be free. It's the question of how are you freeing it? Is it something like, are you trying to smash it out? Are you trying to like coax it into like empowering itself? Are you trying to like inspire it to some extent? If you think of it almost like this, like the 6 stats, like what are you using? Like what are you relying on to? Looking at how it is captured, does it feel as though if it wanted to, it could leave? Like it's like, you know how, that kid who gets his head stuck in the banister railing. God. Like it
and
just
like
needs to be told that where it's able.
If he just turns his head sideways, he's okay, but he just needs to know.
It's kind of like that, where like it's not like a prison cell in the way that it's like completely locked off. It's just like these gnarling like brambles curled around it. So like if they found like the right area of branches to go for, it might be able to slip through or break through or something along those lines.
Cool. So I'm going to gear this towards wisdom a bit more.
Very nice.
I'm just going to be like, hey, I know it doesn't look really safe out here right now, mostly because it looks like my friend just died, but I think he's fine. Anyways, I'll protect you, but you can't stay in there, okay? That's not going to help you.
Very earnest from Trigger. This roll is absent. of luck, so you can't give yourself advantage or
Okay.
anything like that. But as you're relying on your wisdom, whatever wisdom skill that you would like to attribute this to, go ahead and give me a check. The DC is 14.
Okay. We're gonna go insight. Because I saw it in you all along, my child. That is an 18.
An 18 trigger. You like seeing this like trapped little essence, this little small thing maybe being locked in here by this tabaxi. You will it to believe in itself. You've saw it in it all along. Pricking your fingers a bit kind of as you try to guide it in the right direction. Trigger, you guide it towards this little batch of twigs there that is just wide enough for this mote of luck to escape through. As you do so, this mote of light kind of looks at you, eager to join your flock of luck as it is, the luck that you've garnered and built up thus far. And as you kind of look into it, you almost look and see as if you're looking through the crystal on Doubt's table, this like an exit of sorts, this ripple of a area beyond. This mote of light feels like an exit.
Oh, cool. For a second, I thought you were going to ask to join us, and I've got to tell you, we are building a crew really fast, and I don't think we have room right now. But yeah, let's do it. Guys, I found an exit!
And that's my turn.
Trigger, having freed this this little piece of luck, you as you like turn, you say this last thing to your friends, and when you turn back to this mode of luck, you are in liminal black space. These 5 kind of baubles around you in a way that feels safe and reassuring. Gwyn and Kachi, back on the battlefield, you get the sense that Trigger has begun an unzippering of sorts. Things have been fractured in this liminal space, and it's something that you could probably latch onto as well. With the danger here, in this moment at the end of Trigger's turn, both of you can try to ride this wave out. If you fail now, you can try again on your turn. This requires no action, but it does leave you in a dangerous area for a bit longer. So if both of you would like to escape, you can make a, let's say, let's match up. We'll just match whatever skill that Trigger did. So make an insight check, DC 14, to escape. I'll say whoever is activating it is setting the ability. But you will be saying goodbye to this area and to this duelist.
Can Gwyn use my 19? I was going to say, can you use my silvery barbs?
You have the silvery barbs. I'll say is not luck. No one was able to use that yet, so Gwyn could use your silvery barbs luck. Silvery barb, it's not luck. Silvery barbs reaction.
Yeah.
Only when I play D&D do I see that I have all these sparklers.
They're still there within reach. What did you get, Gwyn?
19.
Nice, both of you got 19. So you are both able to kind of ride this mode of luck. Kachi, almost like you're like pulled through this duelist's legs, able to grab your sword on the way past.
Oh wait, I didn't roll yet.
Oh, I thought you got a 19.
No, that was Gwyn's, I think, first roll before.
Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll your insight check.
So, am I to understand, like, I can roll, or I can roll on my turn?
You haven't, like,
or both?
You get an opportunity to roll now because Trigger did it. It is like this is happening on Trigger's turn. If you fail, you can try again on your turn.
I'm really curious about this tabaxi. Can I just choose to fail?
You can choose
so
to
I can
fail.
try to. Yeah, I want to try to choose to fail just to see if I can like ask them questions.
Oh my god!
A question.
Like, oh Kachi!
And when you are pulled,
I'm Sora and you're Kyrie on that little island.
yes.
Gwen.
As Gwen, you are standing with Trigger, kind of surrounded, like the area being glowed and illuminated by these motes of light, but like the way that like your vision disappears into the inky blackness is very similar to Doubt's cabin, even though you aren't all the way back in Doubt's cabin. That will.
You got sucked in by the light too, huh?
Gwen has successfully escaped. Gwen, you kind of being in this liminal space with Trigger, you get the sense that like, okay, cool. This like mode of light, this shimmering form. There's like a few of these like glows that are kind of illuminating this area, but the one that Trigger freed is kind of hovering around Trigger. It feels like stronger. There's like more substance to it. It almost feels like a seed pod versus the other ones just being little glowing balls of light. There's like a heart, almost like a heartbeat to this light that's happening. You get the sense that yes, this is a physical manifestation of luck that Doubt is looking for. Which brings us back to the duelists facing down on this log. I have news that I remembered by looking at the stat sheet. This figure actually has 3 attacks per action. So she has been going easy on you. But it is her turn. The Arbor Forge still on the other side of her. She sees kind of your eyes open on the ground.
Sturdy. But
Curious.
curious is good. I have killed for more as I walk the path. Have you?
No, but maybe I can.
We'll see.
And she's going to swing at you. Damn, she's not rolling well. That is a 15 to hit.
I'll use a luck.
Give her disadvantage.
Yeah.
That is only a 13 to hit.
Okay, it doesn't hit.
She misses. That's going to be another attack from her. That one is going to be a 26 to hit.
I'll use my last spell for Silvered Barbs to give myself advantage.
Ooh, and she'll have disadvantage. That is a... That's low. She rolled a natural 5. That's not going to hit.
Nice.
Her last attack
Okay.
is going to be a 23 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit. Question. Did I regain any HP when I came back?
Because Gwen didn't give you the health potion, you told it's not real. So
Yeah.
you are back sitting at. I'll treat it like a healing word. You
Okay.
got 1 hit point back.
Lovely. So I'm going down again.
So you offer this up, and like you roll to one side, roll to the next side. She like snaps her whip back and just like slams it down. The tip like through the spiral comes spinning down. And the next thing you notice, Kachi, you are looking up and you see your 2 friends on either side of you. Gwen and Trigger here. Looking down at you, you have 1 hit point once again. That one you'll get for free because someone has gotten you to the next stage of this. No check needed. But you are with your friends in this liminal space, surrounded by motes of light. Some answers, some questions. As you kind of leave this vision behind, Kachi and probably everyone, you hear like a... Okay, that was not a good sound. Like the sound of like a drip, 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 as this like pool, this vision, this world that you were in kind of just melts into the ground below you. But you notice around you a crystal just like the one that was on Doubt's table. Doubt is still absent, But as the three of you are rejoined once again, you do hear her voice.
Yes, it's becoming clearer. The Hanged Man, this answers in troubling places. Luckily, you didn't have to stay too much longer. Are you prepared to forge ahead? Where you are now, you're safe. If you need to prepare
Yawn to rest.
to
Yeah,
rest,
Christ.
You don't mind doing a short rest, maybe? Wait, hold on. Let me see if I.
Uh,
Because I know we already
this
took
is
a
a
short
safe place,
rest
so you can
today.
take a short rest, no problem.
Nope, I can't.
Is
Because I
this
already
like-
used.
Is this like actual in real time, or are you kind of out of time right now?
you are not out of time in the fact that time has expired, but you
Yeah.
are
No,
now.
I get it.
Time is not transpiring as perhaps you're used to.
No, I took. Yeah, no, I understand. It's right. You don't have to talk. We might be out of time if you keep talking too much. Okay, thanks. We're gonna rest up. Oh gosh, she is wordy, man.
Yeah, should we sleep here? I feel like we're getting.
I feel like it's probably gonna be the best sleep ever. And is it still? Does it still kind of feel like a ball pit?
I feel like it could feel like a ball pit to Trigger. Like these like little balls of light like kind of cluster around you as the person who like helped liberate the strongest of them.
Guys, stop. That tickles. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm definitely tired. Kachi, did you know that thing?
No.
Are you serious?
Kind of seemed like she knew you.
Doubt said that could be a future that we see. So I didn't know them now, but we could.
So if we see them in the future, shoot on sight.
There were also a couple names that they mentioned: Nico Stiletto and Oates Galloway. Do either of you know those names?
Yeah, everybody knows like the big three.
And they're in the big three.
Yeah, like Nico Oates.
Wasn't
Oates-
Cyclops like 7?
No, the big three are like the champions. Like from olden days, like with like gosh, how do I just explain this? Okay, so basically, a long time ago, when everything was in black and white, there were like the three people, and they're like, the gods suck. We're gonna take on the gods, and they tried, and you know what? They actually didn't do that great. And ever since then, the Shattered Islands are kind of like all overshadowed, and everything kind of sucks. But pirates definitely take after them a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just not rich in pirate lore.
Well, you know that curse that I say sometimes? Sometimes I say Galloway's Grundle. Do you know that one?
I do now, for sure.
Yeah, Galloway's Grundle is like a way of saying
Good
like
to put a name to a different face, you know?
Wait, hold on.
Hmm.
When I was a kid in Morales, we would play a game. No, this is making sense now. Hold on. It was like we would pretend to be one of the three, right? Trigger. We pretend to be one. We had Nico.
Yep.
We had Oates.
And
Boken wasn't one of the names.
no, the other one was the Master.
As you're putting this together, the three being Oates, Nico, and the Master were like the three that people would tend to play, but like a different version of a different game you would play
okay.
involved the Boken. So it was almost like the Boken was a legend almost in the same way that these three were, but separate from those three.
Let's see, I was really trying to do another one where I was like, the Master is Boken. We learned a name.
That's why I was like, no, that was just me delivering
No.
things in a
Hold
weird
on.
way. That wasn't a hint.
Keyblade. Keyblade. Yeah.
But
Well,
she was kind of, or they were, whoever that was like, you think yourself this? You know, like, you're not that good, right? That's how they used it.
so why did they think that you were Hoboken or whatever?
I thought you were from
I
New
don't know.
Jersey.
Why?
You were from New
Why?
Jersey.
Which is a big insult, and I don't want you to have to take that slander.
Is your family like merchants, but not merchants? Like my family's merchants, and they're like actual merchants. But is your family like merchants, and they do other stuff?
No, your family are like trade people, right? They make stuff, right?
Right. They make stuff, and then under the table, a lot of other stuff happens.
Can I do a history check on like if there were like things happening and I was like, wait, did
Is my family
Am my family the mafia?
family the mafia?
Give me a history check.
I shouldn't
I
say
don't know if
this
this is a
on
me
stream.
thing or a Matt thing, but we're gonna.
I shouldn't say this on stream, but this is like the only story about the mob that I know is my friend's family like runs the Niagara Falls mobs, and he says he vividly remembers being at his cousin's house and people showed up, took his uncle, and threw him in a car and drove away. And everyone in the family was like, ah! And like, they told the kids to hide. Like, and that's
Wow.
all he remembers. Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
And the Niagara Falls Mafia are just like you just like the lower
They
tier.
do drugs over the border. It's not a big
Do
deal.
I have the power of luck in this liminal space?
You do have the power of luck if you'd like to harness it.
I'm gonna harness it. I'm gonna think real hard on this.
When he does it,
It's the same goddamn roll.
No.
I was gonna say, by pulling on luck here, do the orbs do anything?
I'd say like Trigger, because you asked that. As he draws from luck, one of these orbs splits until now you're surrounded by 7 of them.
Oh,
Whoa! Hey! Stop!
that.
What'd you do? What did you do?
I was trying to think harder. I was trying to use luck.
Yeah, like, as he's focusing, like he like closed his eyes to think, and one of these like motes of light kind of comes over and it's like touches against your forehead.
Whoa.
Trying to help you remember, but unfortunately didn't help.
And then it just disappeared.
No, it's still here.
Oh, okay. It doesn't
No,
get
they're
used.
like they're all still here.
Well, okay. For a second, I thought we were like committing genocide over here or something.
We're killing luck spirits.
It's like, oh man, is this how luck works? Because we're fucked either way.
Oh, we the seagulls from The Boy in the Heron.
I was thinking literally the same thing. Love that movie. Okay. Well, I'm gonna guess I rest, I guess. I don't know. Do you think the next challenge is gonna be so painful?
It's worse.
If doubt is allowing us to stay in this space, I feel like it could only get worse from here.
If that's your future, and maybe it's not, maybe it's our future, but it kind of seemed like it was for you. Do you think we'll see our future?
I hope not.
What if it's really good?
I hope it's me baking. I hope we have a dinner rush, at the tavern, and we have
That'd be
to bake a lot of bread.
I don't know. I'm really bad at it. Things get overcooked too easily, and then I just don't know what to do.
You want to be a baker?
Yeah, I think I want to settle down and own a tavern. I wanted to buy my parents the tavern that they always wanted. That's why I competed.
Oh, that's really wholesome.
Yeah,
I
thanks,
promise that when I'm a pirate lord, I won't like come and like pillage your tavern.
Thank you. We're like from Old Town, so just don't go there.
No, they gotta go there if you want the good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna stare at the ceiling.
Is my Arbor Forge sword here? Did it
Yeah,
come
as
back?
you went
Okay.
through this liminal space, your sword is back.
Yeah, I'll just kind of I would love it if we could rest.
Yeah.
I know it's only noon, but
I
Like
constructed this
on
place outside of time. So I'm bound by the rules that I said. So you're able to take long rests as well without affecting the real scheme of things.
oh my god, let's just stay here.
Yeah, we have no. Sounds like we have no hit dice.
We're just taking a long rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now it feels like a good time, now that we're out of time and space, to really talk about all the things that we couldn't talk about before. Okay, never mind. Fine. I won't ask you about your exes. Okay, gosh, stop looking at me like that. I'm sorry.
Well, tell me about your exes, Trigger.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was like a rat.
Cannonball Mary.
And I was like, yeah, Cannonball. Are you making up names of my pirate companions now?
Do
There
you
was a mob
like
head,
little
maybe.
pirate girls or little pirate boys or little pirate?
I like killing people.
Okay.
Was
I don't
there
know.
a prison cell, Pete?
Oh, do you want me to tell you another name? Is that what you want right now? Do you want me to tell you a charming anecdote about my past in a seemingly innocuous way? Is that what you would like?
Are you more romantically drawn to bad people or like town square Tommies?
What do you mean when you say romantic?
Do people still have cooties for you?
I do like a fun little floating backflip away.
I mean,
Carried
like,
off by these motes of light.
cooties are like really real. I saw it do like a number on this one guy's face, and like he still has scars.
Is that scurvy?
No, scurvy is when you don't eat enough fruit. Cooties is when you kiss people too long in their bad places.
Potatoes are actually a major reason that people didn't get scurvy. People think it's fruit, but it's actually potatoes. Did you know that?
I hate potatoes. Do I have scurvy?
Check your teeth. They're falling out.
No.
Well, I'm going to try to make sure that my future scenario is something casual. I'm going to try to manifest this long rest. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, old Lefty was always really, really good at manifesting. I mean, he died like horribly, but
Every time.
Caught off guard.
Any random pirate name and then a story always hits me. It's so silly. It's so stupid. It really tickles me.
all right. Well, I'll see you guys in 8 hours. Not that time matters.
No, time doesn't exist. I'll see you in 10 minutes when we feel fully rested.
10 minutes later, everyone feels fully rested.
It's crazy.
Look at
I wish that could be
today.
like that always. Is it tomorrow? Is it yesterday?
I only
My
need
back cracks in a really healthy way.
4 hours, and because I'm both inside and outside of time, I've actually been waiting for 16 years for all of it.
Trigger's old now.
Taken forever. All right. Let's go dig into somebody else's future trauma. Yay!
No.
And so as we dive into the next trauma, Gwyn was opposite Doubt. So go ahead and roll me a d6.
I've always rolled really well with this die. 5.
Cool. You as you wake up. Gwyn, you are very aware of kind of like this shimmering, like almost like a shimmering mirror slightly off in the distance, and it seems strange that no one has looked at it just yet. Until you point it out. And you can feel the sort of impulse to go towards it. It would appear that while you were sleeping, the next step of the journey has manifested itself where you are. Scrawled kind of around the edges of this portal. As you look, it is another glowing mote of light. It is this mirror-like portal. It is this card, all kind of merged into one. As you look at it, this you see the like stern face of the Emperor looking back at you as this portal opens up.
I just thought of BG3, so that was me.
The Emperor.
Oh god,
It has tentacles and wants to fuck you.
don't they all?
Yeah, and then like it shows you to your friends, and you're like,
I think you did this on purpose.
"Yeah, I did. It was so rude." I don't like that.
The Emperor?
Yeah, don't like that.
Do you
Oh.
know this card?
I know everything.
You are pretty wise.
I'm wise, smart, charismatic, dexterous, sickly, and weak.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can tell you're smart because smart people look like they carry a lot more stress on their bodies, and you just look like really, really terrible all the time. So, oh, I take it back.
But Gwen has found the portal. As Gwen's attention is drawn to it, you do see, with a little effort as reaching out to touch it, you get the sense that you could be walking into the next challenge that befalls you.
Let's all go together.
I reach out for your hand.
Like a crew. Don't touch me. Let's.
All right. I'll fly.
Standing in close proximity, but not exactly touching, you all jump through this portal here. And like with last time, you find yourself suddenly in a new location. Looking ahead of you, you see these earthen, craggy walls standing up before you. You kind of standing in the woods. You feel tired in the sense that you have marched your way here, presumably after some duration and effort. But what stands before you is a narrow passageway between two earthen walls, the crack in a cave entrance. And even from where you are, the dim light of the day piercing within, you see the walls seem to continue and spiral in different directions before you. At the deeper you go into this cave, you can already see it's becoming a maze. What you don't see is your crew. Each of you positioned in a different area, a different facet. You suddenly realize that you are alone in facing what befalls you. Blackness that surrounds you is yours to navigate as you each stand before the entrance of a maze.
Oh my god.
I can't even zoom out this far, Matthew.
Oh my god. This is so rude.
So to navigate this maze, you'll have to rely on the skills that you trust most earnestly. Are there dangers within this maze? Who's to say? Are there traps? It's possible. If you'd like to charge into the unknown and make a skill check of your choice, you can do so. Success means delving deeper into the maze itself. Failing could mean going in the wrong direction. If you'd like to take a moment to check for traps and gain your bearings, you can do so, but it makes the skill DC a little higher. So on your turn, let's roll initiative now, just for the sake of seeing who's gonna progress fastest, who's gonna go first, who's gonna not go first.
You love mazes, right, Gwen?
Yep, love mazes.
Love.
All my best friends were turned into dust in mazes. I didn't know I knew. It's
I'm
still
really trying out the Allie Beardsley roll.
Like Beyblade.
Yeah.
All right, what's your initiative, Trigger?
19.
19, what we got, Kachi?
12.
And Gwyn.
10. No.
Nice, look at that. I intuited the responses. So, Trigger, you are faced with this maze. Your friends were kind enough not to take your hand, not something that you love, but you did find yourself alone in this space. You can still feel deep within you that pool of luck sitting at the edges of your consciousness. You are still able to pull from that luck resource if you would like to. But looking into this maze, you also get the sense like staring down into this, there's a sense, the same way that you knew that you just ventured through the woods to get here, you know what you're looking for is deep inside of this maze.
Do I still have the mode of light that I had with me? Is it with me?
I'd say the one that you saved, sure, it's tagging along with you.
Oh, good. I still have you. Oh, I haven't named you yet. What do you want to be called? You're like modal. I'm gonna call you Sven. And Sven and I are going. I was like, do you have a good feeling about one of these? Is there a ceiling?
Yes.
Like-
As you from the outside, there's like this rocky crevice. As soon as you step in, there will be like a ceiling, kind of like surrounding you.
Can't go up. Guys! Maybe I'm not being loud enough. I'm gonna fire my gun in the air.
Oh my god. You just hear an echo in a fucking chamber.
A dome.
You fire the plunderbuss into the air, and it rattles the halls around you.
Sorry, Matt, if you're going to say the name of my gun, could you please say it correctly? It is the plunger puss.
The plunger puss. I was like, I can't remember where the puss comes in.
I forgot what the first half was.
Yeah,
You fire the
It is-
plunger puss into the air.
Okay, well, at least they probably know that's me. Nobody else would make that noise. All right, I'm going this way. Come on. And I will just walk in a direction.
Nice.
Probably to my left.
You start just walking in a direction. What skill check are you relying on to do this? Is it presumably not stealth, as you just fired your gun?
No. I'm gonna try to use my own insight. I think I'm just going on like, oh, I got a good feeling. So yeah, that's the way I'm going.
Nice.
That is a 19.
19. So you begin to set off in this in the direction as you're kind of relying on your own insight to carry you forward. Sven, your mode of light, accompanying you. You get the sense that you are, in fact, delving deeper into this maze, presumably having found some manner of success along the way.
Coral.
Kachi, that brings us to you. So, staring at this cave before you, what is Kachi's instinct here?
Having been through the trees and knowing his ways around some like more tight passages, Kachi is going to kind of bring out his flute and like in his dagger and like tap around, trying to use sleight of hand, if you will, to try to look for traps.
Yes. Using your sleight of hand to safely navigate, detonate traps perhaps along the way. Go ahead and give me that sleight of hand check to progress.
Oh, fucking nat 20. Hell yeah, boy.
Nice.
26.
Kachi, as you begin to like sort of tap along these walls, you find some that are more solid, and you kind of like Daedalus in the Daedalus in the Minotaur's maze. Like, okay, cool. If I follow the wall, eventually it'll lead me into the center of the maze or something. Relying on kind of your sense of touch more than anything else as you dive deeper into this maze. You are able to kind of forge a bit deeper ahead, continuing on into this maze in the direction of where you know the luck is, where this token, where this power can be found. Gwyn,
As a bonus action or like a free action, as I'm going, can I, knowing which way is like the easiest, can I start playing and just like kind of like try to like hear where the noise is like echoing off the walls?
Yeah, you are able to, like, you put like the Arbor Forge to your lips, this sword that doubles as a flute, and sort of begin to play this like a tune from Morales that you remember.
Yeah, very late, very sing-song.
The foreboding quiet of the cave is filled instead with sort of this familiar song of home.
Okay.
When you hear from deep inside this cave, not only do you know that, okay, yeah, this is where I need to go. This is where our checkpoint is. This is where I need to dive deeper into this. And inside, you kind of hear very faintly off in the distance this like trickle, this trill, this bit of music, welcoming you into this cave. In the same way, this luck is pushing you in this direction.
I would like to approach this the way I approached the maze I did in my games. And so I'm not going to move. I am going to take a turn. And I don't know if it's a little bit longer than just a single turn. And I would like to, if I could, cast Speak with Animals on myself. And then I want to cast Long Strider on myself so that I can move more efficiently afterwards.
Nice. You prepare yourself to an extent.
Yes, and I'm just kind of listening. I'm aware now Kashi's in there. I heard the explosion. I know that they're going through.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that I don't fail ever. So I want to wait here first. I'm listening. I don't know if this counts as like the first one because I'm not moving through the maze, but I want to like a stealth check if it were to be something.
Yeah,
Like I am being so cautious that I'm not even moving.
give me a stealth check.
And then I'll go. Oh, natural one. So I'll give myself luck.
There you go.
Right, because I'm so lucky and not nervous. And that's a 2. So 8.
You take some time to prepare. It's logical that you don't really make any progress towards towards your destination. But with that, Gwyn is also a bit left in the dark as to the next sound that he hears.
I feel like I'm almost thinking it is the maze from the game, so I'm remembering that path incorrectly. Like I'm thinking it's a different puzzle than it is.
And as you sit and you think, Gwyn, you from where you are, it's impossible to know what the sound you're hearing is. But for those of you who have made a bit more egress into this maze, you can feel everything around you shifting as the walls themselves
Bullshit.
begin to rotate within the maze itself. Technically, Gwyn is not in the maze, so I do need wisdom saving throws from Trigger and from Kachi.
Of course you do.
A failure on my part.
Probably a failure. 13.
This is more about who's lowest. So what did you guys
Oh.
get?
Oh gosh, I stopped counting after. I'm lower than 13. I'm like 7.
Trigger, as like the walls begin to spin, they begin to form kind of these phrases that you've perhaps heard before. People commenting on Trigger, maybe conversations you've overheard. Whether you remember them exactly or you're almost being reminded, or someone like secondhand, like, oh, did you hear this person said this? You hear old Lefty complaining about you being in the way. You hear Drogma the dwarf talking about what a little shit Trigger is. And you hear the voice of your captain commenting and laughing at the fact that you got into something perhaps you shouldn't have been. As you're kind of reeling with these things that perhaps you've heard or perhaps you've worried about, which of these feels, which of these feels to Trigger like the truest statement? Who is the most likely to say something factual about Trigger?
I mean, Trigger trusts the captain implicitly, so he will always gravitate towards the Cyclops.
Nice. You begin to head towards the Cyclops. This grinding of the walls almost has the same resonance as his deep booming voice. That's Trigger, that little shit. But he's called you that and laughed. He's called you that and been nicer than he has in the past. It could be a pet name, who's to say? As you begin to wander deeper into the maze here. That does bring us to Trigger. Guided by this recollection, how is Trigger next proceeding into the maze? Having relied on your insight previously, the maze has adapted. It is resisting you relying on sort of your natural insight, and so you may have to trade out what skill you're using to navigate.
Yeah, so I'm hearing the Cyclops. Wait, Captain, Wait. No, wait. No, I was here with Kachi. And I was here with Gwen. Kachi, Gwen. I'm going to try to listen. I'm going to try to use a perception check.
Nice. Perception. Go ahead and give me that perception check.
So 16?
You almost like you heard this this grinding of the stone. You heard the voice of the Cyclops. You could hear the sound, what sounded like Akachi's sword, his flute playing. But almost the more you focus on that, the less you start to be able to pick out. It seems like perhaps you weren't successful. But Sven is here glowing near you. Would you like to rely on luck, or would you like to deal with the consequences as they are?
I want to go a direction. I don't like the idea of using luck because that seems like it's using my new friend. So I will keep Sven close. Do you like Sven? Do we want to workshop it at all? Like I'm okay. We can blue sky it. Like whatever you want. Like, oh, is that your? Okay,
It's like just kind of like bouncing, kind of like hovering near your shoulder.
Is that your name? I can try and pronounce that. I can. Yeah, it's absolutely naughty. Sure. I'm gonna. Okay. All right. I'll follow you. And I will just keep concepts. Don't worry. I'm not gonna use you. Don't worry.
Nice. Kachi, back to you navigating this maze. You heard the grinding of the stone from where you were, kind of here in this maze. But like the dust doesn't really kick up as you progress deeper into the maze. Things don't appear to be like treacherous necessarily near where you are. But as the maze begins to form, your like sword begins to like almost get stuck in the rock as you tap it. It seems like it is resisting this egress of this fashion, trying to adapt in a way to keep you from continuing. What would you like to rely on to continue to proceed?
If it keeps getting stuck, then I would like to switch up songs a little bit and try to see if I can perform and hear the resonant frequency of this maze to try to see like, okay, it's like, okay, this is hitting like a high C, so I know that this bit goes further. Like, okay, this is like an E, so here we've got like not as much space in between, and like seeing like, okay, this is the tone of it. Cool, I can like keep going this way.
Nice. Yeah. Switching up the sound to something that's a little bit more distinct. You're trying to guess where the reverberations of the music is. Go ahead and give me that performance check.
Every time. It's not terrible. Do I want to luck that? Yeah, I'll luck that.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, that's better. 16.
16, a little bit better. You begin to use this trick to kind of like boom, 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 bounce these musical notes around, kind of trying to pinpoint where you're headed. But with the groaning of the cavern still kind of coming to a close, you begin to kind of hear it picking up again. You're unable to sort of make any egress in this direction thus far.
Oh, damn.
Gwyn, having prepared yourself before diving in, you've been fortunate in getting the notice that there is something kind of happening within these walls, but you don't quite know yet what it is. With your ability to speak to animals, you're a little bit swifter footed. Is there anything Gwyn is trying to do? Is there anything Gwyn would like to try to do now?
No, hearing like motion inside is kind of scary. I didn't hear the trigger stuff, right?
No.
Okay. So I will approach cautiously, and I'm just going to keep saying to myself, it's going to be fine. You are strong. It's going to be fine. You are strong. And I'm lying to myself, and I am using deception to promote
to motivate yourself. Absolutely. Go ahead and give me that deception check to convince yourself that you are in a more
strong, capable. I've done this before. I will navigate this maze, and I will be the one that finds the little glowing light that sits with us in our rest. And I want to make sure that I have more glowing motes than anyone else. Just in case that matters. 28.
Excellent. Gwyn, just by the sheer, I'm not even focused on the walls as I walk through this maze. I'm talking to myself. I know I can do this. I can do this. I'm going to win. I'm going to go find these luck things. I'm going to make them my bitch. This is going to be so successful. And Gwyn, you begin to make egress into the maze as well. As you dive deeper into the maze, you begin to hear this groaning as the walls begin to once again shift and adjust. I need wisdom saving throws from everyone once again.
Oh, yeah, I really thought Rangers were get that. They do not. 19.
Oh, okay. Dirty 20.
Fuck.
That was a journey to get to a natural 1.
Ooh. Would anyone like to use luck on their roll?
I don't think so. The way you said that makes me think
Yeah,
it's
I
not the
hope
lowest
not.
person this time. It's going game changer. It's the person in the middle.
Oh, as long as we just keep bullying Trigger, and
He's a kid. He can handle the trauma.
he'll deal with this later in life.
It's actually more formative, yeah.
He's an elf. He'll deal with this in 130 years.
Digging holes builds character.
They have the most time to face their trauma. So as these walls begin to spin once again, not only do you hear the sound of this same kind of repeated comment from the Cyclops, you hear it a little bit clearer in your head. Trigger the little idiot. Trigger the little idiot. Trigger the little idiot. And as you kind of hear it, you feel this presence behind you as sort of this voice. You can now hear where this voice is coming from a little more solidly. His presence is becoming a little more solid in this liminal space as you continue to struggle to find your way forward.
Uh-oh.
But that brings us to Trigger. As you navigate, you and Sven / feeling a little less alone. How would you like to continue diving deeper into this maze?
I don't like hearing these things, so I'm probably gonna try and hide from them. So I'm gonna stealth.
Nice. You go ahead and give me that stealth check to find a hiding place in here.
Yeah. Like, not real. Gotta get somewhere safe. That is a natural 19, so that's a 25.
25. Trigger, you close, like you almost like not even like worried about what the walls are. You're just looking for nooks and crannies that can kind of like hide away from these voices that are kind of surrounding you now, bouncing, reverberating, echoing off the walls. But as you do so, you make progress. You push yourself deeper into this maze to the point where you can almost, like, you're starting to like feel a brighter light kind of emanating from within. You're starting to reach deeper into the maze. You start to think for a moment, maybe you do have what it takes to make it out of here.
I'm not an idiot.
You are not an idiot.
I mean, I am, but like, I'm not like that idiot, you know.
Kachi, you two, you feel like these walls have shifted. You still feel like, okay, maybe this performance, I can still play this song and progress forward if I wanted. The maze hasn't adjusted to that just yet. So you are still able to make that attempt if you'd like to continue the same, pursue the same course of action, or you can switch it up if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll do the same course of action if I can.
Nice. Go for it.
Be like, gotta use them while I can. Come on, Kachi. You're playing big time here. No, we're gonna use one more luck point. Come on, you could do it, kid. Oh, that's big money. 21.
21, Kachi. However, the walls have situated themselves into this area. You begin, like, you strike almost like you hit like one like strong note on your flute, and you hear it like perfectly harmonizing as it like bounces back and forth, heading deep into this maze. You two are able to make progress into this cavern. You are able to kind of delve deeper into this spiral rock formation. And as you do, you get closer. You get the sense that you are approaching something real. You get the sense that with these walls moving, you are approaching something lucky, something true, deeper into this maze. Gwyn, having deceived yourself to a certain extent, these walls have shifted. You get the sense that the more you like put into this lie, the more the incline gets harder. The more the area, the ground itself, kind of fights against you. What would you like to do to progress forward, knowing that perhaps lying to yourself has gotten you as far as it will get?
I was really internal, so now I'll be external with my manifestation in this weird reality. I'm going to say, like, your walls are weak, my stride is strong, and I'm going to like bully the walls out of the way to find the right path. You know, like over and over, like these like mantras of like resilience and pushing through. And I want to be like, if you fuck with me, you're gonna lose. So get out of the way, and I will find the fastest route through. You mean nothing. Your trickery will not work on me. And I will just continue to yell at the maze as I...
You, Sarah, your way through this maze as if the maze was David Bowie himself, and it has no power over you. How is Gwyn faring?
14, which doesn't feel good enough. So I'm gonna luck. Now get out your little blue marker. I see it. I see the little dots. I'm like, what does it mean? 23.
23. Gwyn, was that intimidation or persuasion?
Intimidation.
That's what I thought. You are like the maze has deemed to rise against you, and so you are giving it a piece of your mind. You bully this maze into letting you progress forward, but the maze will not be silent about this behavior. I need a wisdom saving throw from everyone once again.
I feel like I'm really racking up the luck points. I feel like I dipped into it a lot.
I feel like I haven't used a lot, but I haven't used none.
11.
17.
Mine is still the lowest. You're good.
Seth, no, you're gonna conjure the captain.
Trigger, so sorry. Trigger, you are like telling yourself, like you've like taken this mantra and spun it on its head as the walls begin to rattle and like reel through this place. Kachi, you're hearing kind of like off in the distance, you're hearing like the bickering sounds of your siblings, teasing you, talking about you to some extent. Can't make it out. Gwen, you're at the same time hearing like this strange, like this announcer's voice coming through, but also this like almost like a piercing, commanding, dulcet, like accented voice kind of coming through, whispering in the back of your ear. But in the distance, you can also hear sort of the slow, careful speech of someone you're familiar with. But the voice that's loudest in Triggers is Triggers, as the voice of the Cyclops continues to read through this area. Trigger, that little idiot, worthless except for entertainment. I'm so glad we picked him up. We'd be bored without him. And Trigger, you feel an ominous presence here in the maze with you. You, not just from the fact that the Cyclops is a large person, but you also know that maybe perhaps some of the crew has spoken about it before, but the Cyclops works for someone pretty powerful. And you feel that call of the deep, that looming coldness you see in his eyes when he begins a fight, when he begins a raid, when the killing starts. Trigger, it is your turn. I need a death saving throw.
What?
What?
What is that happen? No. There's no death there. We're wishing. This is Mario.
This is a land of wishes.
This is a lucky wishing time.
That is a 16.
Thank God.
The figure of the Cyclops is standing behind you, looming, but as the little hairs on the back of your neck stand up from the cool, cold, clammy nature he brings with him into a room, his hand has not reached out to grasp you just yet. But you are free to continue into the maze. It seems it has adapted to anticipate your hiding and your insight. How would you like to proceed? Knowing that, Trigger, you are almost there, but there's also someone who's almost here.
Great phrase, man. Good job. Nice doing it. This is a lot. This is a lot for me. This is good.
This is crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is good.
So can I see this physical manifestation of the Cyclops?
Yeah. Now, his voice has echoed in your head 3 times, which is this presence being summoned to
and
stand beside you here.
Yeah.
this person that he works, or this entity, this thing that he works for, what do I know about that? Just that the Cyclops is not the top, that there is something more?
He's not the top of the food chain, in a sense. That the crew has whispered behind his back. No one would ever say it to his face, but they whispered that he works for someone.
Okay. And I can feel that presence on top of the Cyclops is also here.
This is the sort of a presence that Cyclops often has, like this ruler of the seas who's kind of like made a pact with the sea.
Okay.
itself as kind of the legend that he has.
Sort of the terrifying nature of him that is the.
Mhm.
Okay.
I want to get back to you guys so bad. But I can't do that if I'm not. I can't prove to you how I'm worth something. I'm worth something. I'm gonna survive to do it. So I'm just trying to survive, and I'm just gonna try and get there. So I'm gonna use survival.
Ooh, wonderful. Yeah, give me that survival check.
Yeah. Oh no, that's an 8.
Oh my god.
An 8 trigger. You are fighting against yourself. You're beginning to feel lost. The harder you look to find a place in here. Coming dangerously close to feeling like maybe what people have said about you is true.
I'm just gonna lie down on the ground, and I'm going to kind of fetal position around or Sven, whatever it wants to go by, and I'm just gonna protect. I'm just gonna protect it right there, in the middle of the aisle.
That is Akachi. You've successfully navigated the maze using your sleight of hand and your performance, but it has adapted to you. You feel like you're getting closer and closer to deep within here. How is Kachi looking to navigate this maze now?
Okay, it's adapted. All right, come on, Maze. What do you want? What do you need? Do you need a good piece of granite? Do you need a good piece of, like, adamantine? What do you want? You want some gold? I got some gold for you if you want. Come on, let me know. Just let me get to the middle. Let me see my friends again. What do you want, a chopped cheese? I know a great place in Morales for a chopped cheese for you. Trying to persuade the maze to allow me to move forward.
You make an attempt to persuade the maze to allow you egress.
I know
go
you're
ahead
moving.
and make your persuasion check.
Okay, dope. +5, 21.
Excellent. Kachi, you persuade the maze to allow you to move forward. You break through the sort of barrier that's been holding you back, convincing the maze itself to sort of allow you to do so. As you do successfully penetrate into this inner sanctum of the maze, the maze opens up to you. You see it for what it is. It is this cavern riddled with enchantments and traps, things you've successfully navigated with the skills at hand, at least this version of it. Again, the first to notice it before, the first to reach the center here, you put together this. While this maze may exist somewhere in reality, what you are facing is a version of it. What you see on the inside of this maze here, looking around, similar in structure to Doubt's shop, you see standing off in the distance is Trigger, looking forlorn, curled up in the fetal position, looking a bit the confidence that he projects is absent in this moment, but he's within reach. You look and you see Gwyn like stomping. You can't hear what Gwyn is saying, but they appear to have a determination, an anger kind of in their brow as they shout, presumably silently out, convincing the maze of something, perhaps similar in the way that you were able to egress through this. But the third figure that you see before you is this elderly goblin sitting, meditating in the center of this area. eyes closed, legs crossed, hands kind of like curled with arthritis more than an intention. The folds of their skin deep and casting shadows about their face. But hovering in their lap is a glowing mote of light, not unlike the one that you saw Trigger point out. This bright gem, this bright seed of sorts. And you get the sense that sticking around this area, you'll be able to choose a direction a little more clearly soon. As you watch Gwyn begin to navigate this maze, having deceived themselves and intimidated the very walls, how else will Gwyn attempt to navigate the land before them?
What, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Having gotten here, do I have an opportunity to use a bonus action?
I'd say sure. Like the rules here are a little hard and fast. So go ahead. Yeah, what bonus action are you looking to?
Just knowing Gwyn and knowing that Gwyn has this under control. Like I know that they know how to do this, but also seeing Trigger almost like
Yes, I feel like a
Can
bardic
I-
inspiration is coming.
yes, just like yellow, like Trigger, you can do it.
Trigger, breaking through the cacophony, this drone of comments you're hearing from the Cyclops, tickling at the edge of your hearing, you hear the familiar voice of a different captain, one that supports you a little more implicitly, perhaps encouraging you with a direction. Before we get there, Gwyn, how are you navigating the maze?
We put ourselves in a good mindset. We put like outer self, and now it's like what is actually there. So we're gonna do an investigation check and try to make sure that we are properly, like based on the structure of the building, it makes sense to go this way. Kind of a little more
Getting into
realistic.
that logical assessment, something that's gotten you out of sticky situations before, go for it.
Ooh, 16.
16, you begin to lose track as you kind of try to keep tally of like, no, wait, no, there's a right angle there. It shouldn't have made sense. This is a circular maze. It doesn't appear to be guiding you in the right direction. With that, as the maze begins to shift and move, I need wisdom saving throws from everyone once again.
Even me,
Natural
even though
20.
I'm like, oh,
Even you, Kachi.
18.
I also got a natural 20
Wow.
for a 22.
I'm still lowest. No.
You're still the
Sorry,
lowest.
Trigger.
Kachi, you see this goblin figure before you. This like mote of light sitting in his lap. You hear he mutters words that
Come from a deeper voice, a resonance that you would not have expected of this tiny goblin. The harsh phrasing, these mean-spirited, berating words.
Words that Trigger also hears. That continued echo of Trigger being worthless. Kachi, you hear these now as the source of it is emanating here from the center. Trigger, as Cyclops has been summoned, that is a failed death saving throw as part of this round. If you reach 3, it does not bode well for Trigger, even in this liminal space. But it is your turn. You have this pinprick of confidence, the very opposite of the leadership that Cyclops has given, beckoning you in a direction. You can use that. You can use that same skill as before. The maze hasn't adapted to prevent you from trying again in that way. Is that how you would like to proceed this time? Now with a little bit of inspiration.
No. I don't really want to get up. I don't really feel like getting up. But you know what's awesome is that I don't need to get up to get out of here. And so, curled up in a little ball, I'm just gonna start doing little somersaults, wrapped around my thing. I don't want to stand. It's okay. Okay, me too. And I just want to do a little jumping bean kind of action on the ground and acrobatics my way out of there.
Incredible.
If I can.
Good acrobatics check with a bardic inspiration.
Just tuck and roll.
Yeah, it's all roll, very little tuck. It's a little bit of flail, honestly. Okay, so we're at that. With that, bardic inspiration of how much?
D6.
Let's make that shit inspirational. 25.
Before you know it, as you somersault, you hear the continued of this mode of luck that you've saved thus far. You continue to roll. With each roll, you're getting further and further away from these, the deep tones of the Cyclops until you, crash into something that you weren't expecting to be there, having finally reached Kachi here in the maze. Trigger, you're at the center of the maze. You see your friend Kachi looking across. You see Gwyn on their hands and knees, kind of shuffling around, it seems like they're trying to find something before them, but they don't seem to be successful in this moment. And you also see this ancient goblin sitting with a mote of light that looks a lot like your friend.
Great.
Which brings us to Kachi.
As I get to Kachi's feet, I just kind of Kachi!
You did your captain proud. Nicely done.
Don't worry, Sven's safe. Oh,
Who?
who's that fuck?
Oh God. Yeah, I don't know. I'm about to find out. Having seen him speak the words and also having that had effect trigger, I'm gonna go up, and I don't know if this works the same as the maze. I'm just gonna guess. Hey man, your shift is up. I'm here to clock you out for lunch. It's my turn for the orb, so you can head out if you want. So gimme. Gimme.
But are you trying to deceive him that it's his time for lunch?
I am trying to deceive him.
Funny.
That it's time for his union required lunch break.
Okay, go ahead and give me that deception check first.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, I don't know if we have to break a 20 or if we have to break a 16. Can I know if I know that I fail, can then I use a luck point, or do I have to use a luck point now?
I'd say we've played it that you can know if you fail.
Got a 17.
This meditating goblin doesn't even open his eyes. Yes. I am a bastion of truth. I am not so easily fooled.
Listen, man, I know, I get it, but it's really, I'll use a luck point.
Nice.
It's really, you really it's time to go. Fuck yes. That's a 24.
Much higher.
I do have to go to the bathroom. I've been here for a while.
It seems like it. You need to stretch those legs a little bit. Go pee. I'll be here. I'll get your spot ready. Keep it warm for you.
Yeah.
But first, no. I trust, yes. We serve the truth. If anyone comes, ask them that, okay?
Okay, we serve truth if anyone asks.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
be right
we got
back. You take this mote of luck from this goblin. This like ripple through this entire maze begins to cascade. You successfully are able to exit, like step through this liminal space. Trigger on Kachi's turn, same as Gwyn. You get the sense that you have the chance to sort of ride this magical effect out of here with Trigger. Or with Kachi, sorry. But you will have to make the same check as Kachi. So if you both want to do a deception check, you can try to escape on that same mote of luck.
Damn.
27.
Easy.
Yeah, deception is a little less exciting for me.
Yeah, this is my best now.
That is a 9 for deception. I have never lied in my life. I'm a very good truth
Trigger
teller.
has never lied in his life. Gwyn, in this flash, you see like the walls kind of come down on the maze, and you see Kachi holding this mote of light. You are able to sort of ride this magical ability to pull you through it, as like you're kind of like getting pulled along with Kachi. You probably hear the lingering words as you kind of get pulled through.
Relying on your teammates still, are you?
As you hear the words of Pollux pulling, nagging at the back of your neck as you get pulled through this magical space with Kachi and Gwyn. You are in this liminal space with these motes of light forming this cluster around all of you, which leaves Trigger as the only remaining person here in this maze. As it begins to shift around, with your crew no longer here to inspire and protect you, you feel the presence of the Cyclops getting stronger and stronger once again. The grinding of the walls. Give me another wisdom saving throw. Before it was lowest it affects. I'd say if you can, if it's lower than a 15 now that you're in the center, it'll still affect you, but anything higher and you're good.
That is a 15.
You see the Cyclops stepping closer and closer, but you don't feel that same sense of dread as he approaches. But as he does get nearer and nearer, it would be Trigger's turn. The goblin is gone. The mote of light is gone. The only sort of figure that you do see is the Cyclops as he continues to walk towards you.
You have made me real, Trigger. Haven't
Yeah.
There's a secret here in the Cursed Cove, and I'm gonna find it. Whether they give it to me willingly or not. This, and all of Corsair, will be mine. Be a good boy, and help me how you can. I know where you're headed next, kid. Looks like you need me to get you there, don't you, little idiot?
Aye, Captain.
Cyclops grabs onto you, Trigger, steps into this like pool that Kachi and Gwyn, you see this figure, this like lumbering built, shaved head figure, eyes black with coal, streaks down his face as like these nautical tattoos just like kind of grow and begin to like pulsate on his head. A familiar vision from the night you were shipwrecked has Trigger in his clutches, staring at all of you. You can almost see through him a bit still, like a ghost, this apparition here in this area. Looking kind of back and forth, it seems that like stepping into this area has pained him to some extent. And you hear kind of like this, the deep growls of the Cyclops.
Let's see how long your luck holds out, kid.
As the melodic kind of counseling of doubt.
No, this is not what this is meant to be peaceful. I am protecting you, but I can't protect you from this.
As Cyclops takes Trigger, tosses you through the air as this mirrored portal opens up. Kachi and Gwyn, what do you do?
Try to catch Trigger.
Yeah.
First thought, even though
you,
I'm please.
Go for Trigger. You're pulled through this mirror here into this next sort of vision as it begins to fade in and out. But once again, you're faced with this predicament, but now something about it is different. You've stepped into these worlds before, and they felt so real that it was intimidating, so real that it was scary. As you step into this next world, further from the Cyclops, further from sort of this safe encampment that you've walked into before, it feels different. It feels familiar. It's like you're reliving a memory of sorts as everything is frozen in place. You find yourselves deep underwater, staring into the dark cavern, now occupied with the body of a kraken, one that you all managed to elude already. But in this strange space, as if by fortune's favor, as if by luck itself, the kraken is frozen in time. The three of you can feel it. Can feel being given a break, a boon, as here, holding your breath for two of you, floating in this dark cavern, you see a third mode of light, hovering near the body of this kraken where once Trigger was able to wrest a mirror shard out of.
Matt!
I feel like I dodged a lot. That was great. That worked. I didn't get hit in the first fight. I didn't get attacked too much in the tent of shame.